Alright YouTube, so in this video I'm going to be talking about why it's so important to have a full speaker setup and not just say 2 computer speakers with internal amp. No. Get one of these cheap little pies and it'll power them just fine. In fact, you can also power back speakers with them as well. So you can power 2 whole sets of speakers and make your whole room sound good. You may be asking me about low end. What about, say, if you want a little bit of bass punch? Got that under control too. Just get yourself a subwoofer and a good box, not a cheap box. It's all good. But if you're like me, you don't want to spend a lot of money because subwoofers can be up to over $100, and I don't have a lot of money, honestly. So I got this amp for free. Not the world's best, but it's a good one for the most part. There's no low pass in it though, and it overheats. So I put a GPC fan on it and a homemade low pass right there, which consists of a resistor and a capacitor, and that's about it. But just because you have lows doesn't mean it's full. You also want a middle as well. And for the middle, you just want to get yourself a kind of a middle speaker, say a small subwoofer. The top speaker on this doesn't actually work. I blew it out trying to play bass through it. But that's also a desktop speaker, so let's hear the difference. Without, and then with. Without, with. It has that kind of middle treble feel to it, I guess you could say. All this is important, having a full sound in, say, a room or whatever, trying to play it through. One thing I found important is the internal sound card on anything, basically, is not super good. So you want to get yourself one of the... Wow, it's hot down here. But you want to get yourself one of these little cheap sound cards. Pause. For like $3, you can improve your sound quality tremendously. Totally worth it, in my opinion. You also have yourself a microphone input as well. And this is not needed in any way, and I almost never use it to its full advantage. But you have a bass port on this little Pi, and I use that to power a little bass shaker. I used to use this before I got any type of subwoofer at all. I had this hooked up with a little pull-out cord, so you don't ever have to worry about ruining it. It's actually from an RC car, but you don't need that either. I just took 4 wood screws and screwed it in 3. Now, one question most of you probably have after the video is, what is a low-pass filter? This is a low-pass filter. Now, most of you may be wondering what it does. Okay, that's not good for me. Here's that. But basically what it does is it filters out the highs from the lows. Why you'd want to be doing that is because a subwoofer is designed for low-range use, not highs. A big cone, not that easy to move for very high frequencies. The higher the frequency, the faster it must move. That's what tweeters are for. Actually, my phone's retarded. But these are tweeters. They're for the highs. Mids are for the mids. And somewhat highs. Subwoofers are for the lows, pretty much only. So we're going to test that little low pass filter out with this. I'm going to start it at 20 hertz. Okay, that's 10 hertz just to show you pretty much. Now let me show you that on tweeters. That is a full volume with tweeters, pretty much, at 10 hertz. This is full. This is about full volume that this amp can put out, at least on a subwoofer. Draw one. Puts out tons of air at a very low frequency. Now just raise it up. Okay. Lowering the volume for this. So I'm at about 63 hertz. It has them going up. Past 100, it gets very quiet. Into the thousands, very quiet. Past 3,000, 4,000. Past 4,000, you can barely hear it. When you get to like 10,000, you can't even hear it at all. Now, on the contrary, this is tweeters at quarter volume. Very high and loud. And you guys may be saying, oh, it's just a low pass, which it is. It's the low pass filtering it out. We try to play that through a subwoofer, it'll be all muffled. So that's the point of a low pass, is to keep the subwoofer from playing the highs and only what it's meant to do. Now, just for fun, there's no way any tweeter can ever get even this low at all. This is at 5 hertz. Which means it moves, I think it's 5 repetitions per second or something, but so slow. Just for fun, I threw a piece of paper on this, and we're going to see basically how much air the subwoofer can put out. The more air is the more volume. A lot of air, I'll say that. Let's try another one. I'm just gonna spike it up to a lot, like tons. It's not fully broken in yet either. It's pretty new, this subwoofer, but you get the point. How much these things air these things put out. Now this is the high tweeters, which should never be going like this though. These are kind of like subwoofer tweeters, so they're meant for all range, I guess you could say. These back here are only tweeters, pretty much. They put literally almost no air out. Okay, now my phone will pause, so you just look at the window until you get it to work right. Now, I'll show you over here with this one. Still almost no air. Try to increase the frequency. Nope. Not cut and chase. Alright, none of these songs are online, they're NSCs, no copyright sounds. But I'll just show you what subwoofers can do. That, and then when you add, wait for it. Show the bass punch come. Alright, right there. Doubt it. Thing with it. Especially this song. Especially if you have it properly adjusted, it sounds much better than the bass drop. It's without the sub. With the sub. And that's why you need a full speaker setup to get good sound out of your computer. Without this, your computer will sound like crap, I'm just saying. There's no getting around getting good surround sound. You can buy pre-made ones, or you can make your own, which I did. Much cheaper to make your own, depending on what parts you have available. I found it much easier to make my own than to go out and buy one for a few $100s.